Today there was insinuation that my face looked comical, not very nice, so next week, I'm looking forward to next week.
What? What?
It was something I saw on Come Dine With Me.
Did I?
Is to... Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no, that's just that's just revolting. Hello and welcome to episode 6 of an irrelevant discussion, Drag Race edition. Ooh.
Oh.
I'm what you saw in Paris, but you didn't come to see, Marie Juana.
I'm Van Gogh, but with less ears and more depression, SooFae, SooFierce.
So, episode 6, our first mini challenge, well, our mini challenge for this episode is Sitting on a Secret. What did you think of that?
I thought it was such a weird thing, just way to start the episode. And Miss Cracker raised a good point in hers that she was made to sit on meat, and I was just like, what if I was made to sit on a fish? Or, someone vaguely attractive. I don't know if I could do that.
Would you do that? Because you're a massive dirty vegan?
I would do it, but then it's the marshmallow ones that got me as well. And the cake.
Oh, I couldn't possibly sit on these marshmallows. They're not vegan. What was it? Someone tweeted last night, imagine explaining this mini challenge to straight people.
I've seen those memes go about where it's just explain this situation to a straight person, and it was season 9, and basically they're all just Sacha Velour's imitating Pheromone, just oh, you can't wear too much highlighter. Oh. And then it's then it cuts to Trinity Taylor ripping off Valentina's Madonna look, just yeah!
But overall, good. I thought it was a fairly amusing mini challenge, as they have been this season.
I felt could almost have spent a little bit more time on the mini challenge rather than the main challenge, because I was watching it, I kind of felt that the main challenge maybe dragged on a little bit. Dragged on, DragCon, see the pun?
I was going to say I don't get it again, but this week I do get it. It took me 3 weeks, but I've understood a SooFae, SooFierce joke. Eureka! So the main challenge this week is to host your own RuPaul's DragCon panel, which I thought was a very practical challenge. It's sort of setting you up for, you can sort of see how this challenge is gonna make you next drag superstar, because that's something that you'll have to do.
Yeah. It was so well set up that I half expected them to cut like they do on Well Presents to just Jaden Dior Fierce going RuPaul's DragCon.
And we've got 3 teams. I mean, they're not really named. Well, there's Team Hair, Team Wigs,
and Team Body.
And Team Body. Wait, it's Team Makeup, Team Wigs, and Team Body.
What did you say?
I said Team Makeup, Team Face.
They got 2 on the face.
Face. So going into the main challenge, who is your favourite team? What team were you playing for?
The team I was kind of rooting for was Cameron, Monet Exchange, and Eureka's, because Eureka kind of did do a really nice thing. She kind of knew that the other girls were not going to pick the, I don't know if it was because she felt that other girls weren't going to come to her or not. I felt it was kind of out of more kindness, though, that they're not going to go to them because Cameron's quiet and Monet has been in the bottom 2 twice.
Yeah.
1 week after the other.
She picked the underdogs, and I think that was obviously that's reflective of how she's feeling as well.
I'd love to get under Cameron Michael's dog.
Oh, Jesus. Gross.
Were you rooting for any of the other teams?
I mean, not necessarily teams as a whole, because in the other 2 teams, there were standouts and then everybody else did like badly. Like for example, Monique did really, really well at hers. I absolutely loved her, and I loved her last week. She's just got such a great personality going on.
Exactly.
And I thought she was gonna win. Had it not been judged as a team, she would have been at the top.
Yeah, I felt it would have been judged. I think it would have been judged differently if it was judged individually. I'll be honest, I was a little bit bored watching this because it seemed to go on for so long, and I feel like it's kind of when you watch performances that are on a stage on YouTube, it doesn't have the same feel to it as it would if you were actually in the room
there. Yeah,
and it didn't exactly carry across.
I think the atmospherics would have been better if we could experience that. Drag Race season 50 airing 2075, when I'm probably dead from stroke or a heart attack or diabetes, and you can actually get the atmospherics in the room, and SooFae's doing this review show on her own.
I dreamed a dream.
Body did really, really well. They all worked off each other, they worked as a team, they gave each other time to speak. Eureka was a really good moderator, which...
I was shocked. I was very shocked she was such a good moderator, but she was a really good moderator.
This is the thing, she's really getting her head down, and she's almost like... she's getting out of that kind of... that... because obviously she's got these associations of being annoying and proud and I know the best and everything, but she's getting out of that now, and she's actually going, you know, if I'm gonna do well at this, I need to be open for collaboration.
Yeah, because we know that Eureka season 9 wouldn't be able to do that. She wouldn't have been able to moderate.
No. And I think she's just doing so well. She's actually... I never thought I would say this, but Eureka's kind of one of my top contenders at the moment.
She has, like... I've warmed to her a lot, and people warmed to her instantly on season 9, and I just didn't.
I didn't mind her on season 9. I mean, I didn't want her to win, but in this, like, I would actually be happy if she won. So,
There we go.
So this week's runway theme is Pat's Incredible.
Wow. If only we had known about this runway theme and planned our outfit accordingly.
Happy accidents, am I right, ladies? Who is your favourite on the runway?
Oh, Asia. By far, Asia. I don't even have to think about it. Like, it was so theatrical the way she blew it as well. The presentation was great. I wasn't sold on it being a black dress with it, but then if it was all white, I think I would have also had the but I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it a lot.
I thought it was gorgeous, and it was just a spectacle. It was just really good runway drag. Like, absolutely brilliant. My favourite was actually Miss Crackers for some reason.
I really liked hers. I really loved her, like, hair, because it was a play on hat hair.
Yeah, but the costuming as well, like, it was really like, it was like Florence and the Machine meets Barbie. Now Florence and the Machine meets Barbie, that's an album that I didn't realise I needed until now. So our bottom team obviously is Team Hair.
I guess they all wigged out.
I was quite upset because that's like 3 of my favourites.
I know, it was hair raising.
No. But no, it was a tough critique, and obviously briefly mention that Blair obviously had her struggles, which explains a lot of her kind of, you know, fluffy, pretty drag, which...
Like, Ross Matthew made the comment that Blair is sweet 100% of the time, and sometimes the judges want to see a little bit more than sweet.
Yeah.
And she explains that she's experienced past trauma, and the reason why she has to be so sweet all the time is because she only wants to resonate positivity, because part of it is she doesn't really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Side note from the episode, we're going to link down to a couple websites you can contact if you're ever feeling that you need to talk to someone about something that might have happened to you that is similar to Blair's circumstances.
So our bottom two is Blair and the Vixen.
I was really worried it was going to be Vixen and Ms. Cracker because I could not imagine. I've seen like Ms. Cracker's dancing. It's just like I have no idea how she'd be able to do that in that dress.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a good lip sync. It's like the song last week where I was just like, oh wow, this has not been on Drag Race yet.
Yeah, I was quite surprised.
It's a classic gay jingle.
It feels like it's been on, but it hasn't, and yeah, and I thought the Vixen did really well. Blair, obviously, I think is just not a dancer per se.
And this was kind of a dancey song, and I was really surprised that when like the trumpet bit comes in, the Vixen did it, and then Blair is just kind of off there dancing because I was like, this is your musical theatre. You should know that this is the bit where you like pump up the fake saxophone.
Yeah,
I just said a trumpet and a saxophone are the same thing, so that's great.
So the lip sync ends and Blair St. Clair is sent packing. I'm really sad.
I'm so like, the one you think is really attractive left, Dusty, and the other one I think is really attractive left, Blair. I think this is just proof that we're all meant to die alone.
Agreed, actually. Agreed.
I felt like she had so much more to show.
Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, that statistically she was one of the strongest competitors. Mm-hmm. If you look at those kind of power ranking videos and stuff, you'd probably find that she was towards the top of the group. Mm-hmm. So I definitely agree that she had more to show, but this just wasn't her week, and it was as simple as that. That was it. So overall, I actually enjoyed this episode. I liked the main challenge because I love seeing the girls show off personality.
I feel it was appropriate main challenge. I just didn't really like it. I felt it dragged on a little bit too much. Drag con on a little bit too much. It wasn't bad though. I think it was appropriate for what you do after Drag Race, which is drag con.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to next week even more though, because next week is
double elimination.
No, Ginger. It's Snatch Game.
Woo.
Who would you be?
I would hands down be Anne Robinson from The Weakest Link. Hello, my name is Anne Robinson and welcome to The Weakest Link. This week we have the French parade of clowns known as Marijuana. Marijuana, what did you do when you woke up this morning to get yourself to look like that?
Shaka Khan. So join us again next week for an irrelevant discussion where we'll be reviewing Snatch Game, but in the meantime follow our social media platforms at Marijuana Queen,
at SooFae SooFierce, and it's weirdly spelled, so you know, dyslexia. Have fun with that.
Okay, Dusty. And also follow our joint Instagram page for House of Irrelevance. That's at House of Irrelevance, Haus of Irrelevance.
Yes. Also RESPCE, what it means to me.
What?
RESPCT. Respect. The song. The song. The song.
I'm not putting equations in.
Join us again next week on The Weakest Link. Goodbye.
Dun 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 dun.